All right, fellas. Volume 2 of the run and shoot offense. This is going to be building on what we did in the first video, the foundation video. Well, I'm going to show you how the use of motion takes this to another level. Now, I actually discovered this accidentally in game. I just decided to include motion while I was doing this bubble screen. And I almost didn't pass this ball. I was surprised at how wide open I was. Like I paused for a minute. So of course, immediately after this, I took it into the lab. I said, okay, why did this work? How does this work? And what does it do against other defenses, other coverages? Because that was obviously man. So I'm gonna start with it against cover 2. Like I do everything. I always do the drop coverages first, then the man coverages, then the match coverages. And that's that's just preference. For me, it's easier to remember. It's cover 2, 3, 4, yeah, whatever. That's just kind of how I like to do it. But I check everything against every defense. That's just, and to be completely honest, it can feel boring sometimes, but you gotta make yourself enjoy it, and you get through it. It usually doesn't take long. I think this is about 8 minutes of me doing this, and interestingly enough, I have to do it again because towards the end, I want to say I was probably looking at the match coverages at this time. Yeah, I think it was cover 9. Towards the end, you see Axe is over here on this option route. Now Axe, he does that hitch. He sits in the hitch against, I want to say, man coverages. But when I was going against those match coverages, and you'll see shortly, he actually comes across the field. Now, when your bubble is, I want to say, taken away, because there are times where it's covered but not taken away. There are times there are 2 defenders on top of the bubble before you even throw the ball. Axe comes over on that slant and has green in front of him. I mean, it's all sorts of space. So I have other layup work that I'm gonna drop on you guys later, where it shows that a little bit more. And that might not be included in the actual ebook though, or one of the ebook updates, because to be completely honest, this shows enough for you to get the grasp and to understand what happens with those 2 routes. So you guys that have all access, you'll definitely see some more of this, where I'm really snapping the ball and not even passing it, just snapping it and waiting to see what every route does against every defense. So yeah, that'll be in all access, and most of it's going to be a waste of time, but 1 or 2 are going to show this Axe route getting wide open, and those 1 or 2 make it worth it, because that one time you hit it in game, you're gonna feel amazing. And that's what I love about this lab stuff, because you're gonna see in the gameplay that I post after this. I post the gameplay from last night. So right after I released the first volume of the ebook, I hopped into a game and I ran this motion bubble because I had now labbed it so much. I probably threw this thing at least 7 or 8 times. I threw the bubble in total probably 12 times, 10 to 12 times, and I want to say I ran motion on more than 50% of them. Mostly because the dude I was playing against refused to adjust. It's like he was waiting for me to wait for him to adjust so that I could beat him with something else, which is smart because I was, but because I knew that's what he was doing, I just kept throwing it. Funny enough, if y'all were in the Discord last night, you would have seen that I mentioned something about offensive pass interference. The one time, you'll see, the one time that I did something else, I'm not even gonna spoil it yet. I got offensive pass interference in this game that you're about to see. And again, that's not, the game is at, I think, the 7-minute and 50-second mark. So we're almost there. We're talking about 4 minutes, so it's about halfway there. But yeah, so you see, we're just gonna try this up against every zone, and I'll put timestamps so you know which zone I was doing at which time, because honestly, if I had to try to talk specifically about, oh, we're going against cover 4 and the bubble is open, no, the bubble isn't open, I think you might be bored. I know I would be. So I can't talk about the bubble screen for 8 minutes, but not in that regard. I can't talk about it freely, that's a lot easier to do. So but you see right there, it said that I was averaging 10 yards on the bubble screen, and I tell you what, I'm glad I saw that. I'm not interested in big gains on the bubble screen. And when I say that, I mean I'm glad when I do get it. But you see that right there, pick up 3-4 yards. For me, the bubble screen is like a run, and when you look at it that way, you're gonna feel like, oh wow, this is actually a really good run, because you're gonna consistently get 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 yards. You may get hit once or twice for a loss or for no gain or for a yard or two, but then you're gonna break one for 16, you're gonna break one for 20 and 25. So if you have a run where you're averaging what, like you saw, 10 yards there, you're gonna hit that every time, right? So the fact that you essentially have this outside run, let's call it, paired with the trap, which I'm banging for like 8.5 yards a pop. I mean, I'm absolutely toasting dudes with the trap. It makes this offense very, very hard to stop, especially now when you incorporate this motion. And I'm going to show you some of the other things I'm doing with motion in terms of how I set up the run after. Now you see the slant. Do you see how beautiful that is? So yeah, I can't wait to get highlight of actually hitting that in game, because that's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, when you see how this now sets up other things, because I have other setups that I'm going to use the motion for. Obviously, I'm not going to just motion and do this every time. So I'll motion and run. I'll motion and run the levels play. I have a setup out of levels that I really like with the motion, and then we'll build on from that. I want to say the next update will show some of those motions. We'll show what we're doing when we're running, using this motion to run. And I'm always motioning that outside receiver for the time being. I may end up finding reason to mix in motion to the other receivers, but that outside receiver motion I got a lot of benefit from, in terms of what's happening here in the bubble play, how it sets up the run play. And I actually like how the receivers align, because they get a little bit tighter, so it almost feels like I'm going from a spread offense to a tighter offense. So yeah, we'll show that. And then the next update, after we do a little bit of the motioning, because that's only going to be about 5 minutes of time. After we do that, we'll touch on the other formations we're using. We're using 2 other formations, and they are they're going to be a pain in the neck coupled with this, because I'm going to show you how we're using our leverage, which is what we're doing with the trap and the bubble. So what happens is, the focus is on the right side of the field, or the trip side, because of course if we flip it, it's going to be the left side, but let's just say the right side for now. The focus is on the right side of the field. The focus is in the middle of the field, because we're running trap, we're running the bubble. You're killing them with these things over and over. So when we motion to these other formations, now we start attacking the other side of the field. But here you go, you see 20 for 21 passing. We've already discussed it. And the one bad pass that I threw was absolute garbage. You're not going to see it. Only reason, the setups that we haven't gone over in the ebook, I cut out of the video, because I want to go over them before you see them live in game. So and that's going to be in the next update. So you'll see those things in the next update, and then we'll be able to discuss them. I included the defensive. This was pretty much a full game, other than a few plays that I cut out. So I'll include timestamps as per norm. So if you want to skip the defense, feel free to. I decided I would include it because, I mean, I appreciate you guys' support. I appreciate your business. I don't want to feel like I'm keeping something away from people who are paying me money. You know what I mean? Y'all drop some money on me for me to give you something. There's no reason for me not to say, hey, by the way, if you want to check out a defensive setup, you can do that too. This is all the 4.6 stuff. I audible from 4.6 normal speed package over to 4.6 bare under. Now, as you can see, I was actually caught up with my kids when the game first started, so I didn't. But yeah, my son had woken up, so I grabbed him for my wife, and my wife took him. So I didn't set my adjustments right away, because I just ran into my defense. And then when I was setting them here, you see I end up in big nickel over G, cover 2. But this is safe coverage, and I figure I'll get ahead. No need to waste the time out, right? So now I get everything right, and we get into our defense. And I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna see. I was frustrating myself on defense in this game, because it felt like my user was just a step too slow. I mean, this dude was trying to throw interceptions to me, dude. Like, I probably should have had 6 picks, and I just couldn't get my hands on him. But when that's happening, look, see, there's one right there. When that's happening, I gotta remind myself, because sometimes I get frustrated, but I just gotta remind myself and say, yo, take it easy. It's gonna come, you know? So for starters, I know he can't stop my offense. So you can score, great. I know I'm gonna score. And I know at some point, even if it's only one interception, I'm gonna get it. I know it. See, he's throwing them. Bro, I'm supposed to be picking these off. And you know what I think it is, though? I don't use the Bucks that much. And I'm using the dude Smith, Ryan Smith. As a matter of fact, my twin brother's name, Ryan Smith. And he's a good user. He's probably as good a user as I'm going to get on the Bucks. Look at that. I shot the gap. I shot the hole there and missed it. Missed it by a split second. But because I've been putting out those schemes with the Chiefs, I got used to Tyrann Mathieu. And man, let me tell you, Badger moves different, bro. Like you can bait somebody and not move to the last minute and get there and get your hands on it. So I think my timing is still Tyrann Mathieu user timing, not Ryan Smith user timing. So I gotta adjust. But then the truth is too, even right now, I'm not using the Bucks every game. I've been using the Panthers. I've been using the Browns. There are a few good teams for this scheme. The truth of the matter is, every team has at least 2 shifty wide receivers, right? So you can really use any team for this scheme. So now we got him at 4th and 8. This is where I'm supposed to get off the field. This is it right here. And of course I didn't, because I don't know, my user just ain't on point right now. So he motion is running back out. I know I don't have him manned up, so that threw me off. And the running back's actually wide open. Good thing I went over there a little bit, because I think I took away his read. So he got a first down instead of a touchdown. So I live to fight another down. So that's where I really got frustrated, because I gave up that 4th. And I just told myself, no, okay, take a deep breath, because we're going to come snatch it right now. And here he is. He refuses to throw away from me. I'm stride for stride with his dudes, and he just threw it right at me. So I got to get my pulse on that one. So now here's what you guys came for. Let's get out here, shout out audibles. And like I said, these are my audibles. The bubble screen, the levels, curl flat corner, and PAFL stretches already in there. So those are the audibles we use. We come out in one track, and we get ready to give this dude a fresh dose of hell. I mean a fresh dose of hell. You see the box is light, so you know I'm gonna have to give him a quick run. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna make you play run defense. And one thing I'll do too is I'll hurry it up. I'll definitely know huddle on you. Boom, let's get some more. Now, right there, you see I moved my stick a little too far, so that cost me some yards. But 30 inches, I'm gonna run the trap again. I don't even care if you stack the box right now. Inches, I'm running it. And I can just evade his user. Nice clean pickup there, huh? See, so you see I'm making him respect the run. He gonna have to do something to stop this run, because I'll keep running it if he doesn't. And this is how you gotta run this offense. See, so now you see what's going on. Now the bubble's naked. So we're gonna take that. So we're gonna let him know, hey, you got 2 things to think about. I'm gonna tell you something. If that hit doesn't cause a fumble, I don't know what hit does. Because I felt that. I felt that sitting in my house playing the game. That was a hell of a hit. Alright, so this is me setting some audibles for spread, for gun spread. And that's one of the ones we'll go over in the next update. So I definitely get into some spread. I actually really enjoy the spread. Trips Open is one that I just started using actually. So Trips Open HP Week. You'll see I set those audibles a little bit later in the video. I thought that's what I was doing just now. Sorry. So those are the three formations we're using. Single back trips open, shotgun trips open. I believe it's halfback week, and gun spread. And I fully anticipate it'll be growing and evolving as the year goes on. But right now, that's the plan. And here we go. We're going to hit him with that motion. We're about to annoy this dude. I mean, look at this, man. This is pitch and catch. This is pitch and catch, baby. And I'm going to take it. It just ruins man defense. So you remember the glitch that was out early where man defense was getting ruined, and they patched it so it wouldn't happen anymore, and you couldn't motion snap unless you were going all the way across the line of scrimmage. Let me tell you, yo, this bubble screen, it ruins man coverage. It absolutely ruins man coverage. It does relegate zone too, but man coverage, kiss the game goodbye. Trust me. So now the streak and the drag, because of the fact that he's worried about the bubble, I know he's not gonna be able to defend both of these if he's defending over that side of the field. He chases the streak, I hit him with the drag. Come down to the drag, I hit the streak. It's simple math. It's simple math. And now he's seen this before, and I'm gonna do it again. And I'm watching to see where his user is, and he's leaving the bubble, so I'm going to the bubble. Easy touchdown. And you're gonna see that a lot. Pinch about go. And guys want to be down here sending zero blitzes in the red zone because they think you're gonna run it. That just makes the bubble much easier. And that's what's gonna happen. It really is. I know it's cliche, but it really is a pick your poison offense. So you're gonna have some dudes who say, you know what, we're gonna sell out for the bubble. Well, then you got the trap. Or we're gonna sell out for the trap. Well, then you got the bubble. It's really a pick your poison thing. And then if you actually get dudes in place for both of those, well then, like I said, we'll leverage our other formations or those other two pass plays and hit you where you're weak. There's no way you can defend those two plays without exposing yourself, and we'll make sure that we take advantage of it. I tell you what, dude actually absolutely fooled me with the screen here. He came out in Y trips, and don't ask me why. U trips. As soon as I saw it, I just thought about my U trips, and I was like, oh man, okay, I gotta get sorted out because he's gonna bomb the hell out of me. But he definitely wasn't running my U trips, and he didn't bomb me. But he definitely fooled me with that screen. Bro, if dudes knew about that bomb, I feel like you would see it more often. Because there's a great progression read under it. It really is. But anyway, I'm glad I don't see it because I would hate to defend it. There's another interception. I'm just not catching them. I'm just not in position. And I take pride in being a good user. This dude has thrown, what is that, 3 or 4 now? I grabbed 1, but he's thrown 3 or 4. But that's all right, because like I said, in my mind, when I'm playing somebody who plays like that, I know I'm gonna get it eventually. Look, there's another one. But I tell you what, actually, that one wasn't bad. He had a stab on me. If I was using Badger, he wouldn't have had that stab though. Man, Badger gets out there. Now, gun heavy Patriot. I don't never sweat when I see this. For one, I got way too many DBs on the field to worry about any passing route coming from your tight ends. Because this ain't much. You got tight ends in there and maybe a fullback. And for 2, I actually defend the run out of this quite well. In fact, the 4-6, your computer defends the run very well. There are some things you need to shoot yourself, but the AI is gonna lock up a lot of these running plays. All right, let's see what his play call is. I'm looking at it's 2 minutes. So if we could keep him out of the end zone, that's great. But I don't need a lot of time to score. He started with the rock. So if I end up a touchdown and I receive the rock in the second half, in my mind, the game's already over. It's like, now see, this is one where I gotta shoot it. And you see, I shot it earlier, as a matter of fact, and he didn't run. Oh no, I missed him by a hair. He got me with the screen again. And that was a good block too. And I'll tell you what, to be completely honest, they gotta challenge things like that, because I don't know how that's not a touchdown, unless his foot went out of bounds. It seemed like half his body went through the end zone. But anyway, he ends up running it in on me here. And that's okay. 1.5 minutes, plenty time. I don't need much more time than that. As a matter of fact, 1.5 minutes is too much time. So right now in my mind, I'm thinking I gotta use up some clock. I gotta chew up some clock, because I don't want to give you the rock back, you know. And I can do that. I got the offense that I can chew clock if I need to. So we're gonna take this kickoff and See if we can get down the field and go into halftime up 14-7. Here go my boy Mickens. I was feeling frisky yesterday because I don't usually return kicks. I think I returned all but one kick in this game. I usually don't return them at all. Okay, now I'm setting up the audibles for Trips HP week. Yeah. And again, when I do call the plays out of Trips HP week, you're not actually gonna see it yet because we haven't gone over it. So I'm really just giving you some gameplay of the things that we've gone over in the ebook so far. And this shows you just how well you can go ahead and run what we have out of trips open. You can honestly run this and give guys hell. So you didn't see that play because it was one of the plays that we haven't gone over, but I threw an interception. But let me tell you, that's a play I have run a million times. I was just lazy and I deserved to have that ball picked off. I tell you what, all that celebrating too, I just watch it and be like, all right, bro, we're going to see who's celebrating at the end of the game. Because remember, I already have enough information to know that I'm going to stop your defense. And I know that you can't stop my offense. And okay, fine, look, you're up by 7 points. 44 seconds is enough time for me to get down the field and score. Now it's 0-0 and I start with the ball in the second half. See, so I'm always thinking about the bigger picture anyway. So it's okay. All right, you went up by 1 score. You feel good about yourself. Very nice. And then even if you don't score, if talking about when you're down by a touchdown and you go into halftime down that touchdown, if you're receiving the ball, all it really is par for the course now, because he's supposed to be ahead by 7, and now you got to go ahead and win by 7 in the second half. So you always got to think possessions. You always got to think in terms of possessions in this game, and that's what it is in the NFL. Possessions, field position, all those sorts of things. So now you see what I'm doing, that motion bubble. Look at all that space. I actually took a long time to throw it there. If I recall correctly, I wanted to see what was happening with the X receiver, and I shouldn't have, because I think if I threw the bubble half a second earlier, I would have got upfield. But like I said, if you're treating this like a run, you take 7 yards. I think we cut out another play there. Pretty sure we cut out another play. Yeah, because it wasn't first down. All right, so we're going to give him the streak and the drag to think about again. And this time he chooses the drag and puts me right in position. So now I'm going to run the clock down, because I know I only need 1 snap to score, because I know he can defend the bubble, right? So call my timeout with 2 seconds left. Look at this. It's a great plan. I'm well prepared. There's going to be 0 seconds on the clock. I'm so confident, so cocky that I don't even want to take 2 shots. For what? It's okay. Let me do this. Now you watch his user. I see he stays over to defend the bubble, and I'm happy because I want a chance to throw this touchdown. Hitch. Beautiful. Right? Offensive pass interference. Have you ever seen that? I've never seen it. So you go back and watch the replay. I mean, he's getting out to block for the bubble, but maybe I should have threw the hitch like half a second earlier or something. I don't know. I think it's garbage, but that's Madden doing what Madden does. So I'm gonna keep it moving. So now I'm actually starting the second half down one touchdown, which is cool because like I keep saying, I know I'm gonna stop him at some point. So if I score and I stop him, it's 0-0 again. So in my mind, I know I'm right there. So we just gotta go out here and keep running our offense. See, so when you remind yourself these things, it allows you to stick to the game plan. You know, you don't panic and start doing all sorts of things that don't make sense. You know, I know what I came in here to do, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do this sometimes too. I'm gonna come out or hurry up with my receivers on the wrong side of the field and switch them over and all that stuff, because I'm not in a rush. And there we go. We got good blocking. Do you see this? I'm telling y'all, this 0-1 trap is a problem. It's definitely a problem. Like, you have got to get yourself ready to defend this. See, so now he's come over into the box. You know what? I'm gonna throw the bubble screen. Come on, I'm gonna start the second half just like I did the first half, baby. Don't think that the game plan's changed any. You know, I'm gonna make sure you respect the trap and the bubble the whole game. And if you start giving me even an inch, I'm taking them out. You feel me? You got to take it. Now right here, either one of those would work, to be completely honest. But I'm saying, yeah, let's come back with the streak and the drag. Now, honestly, I had the drag there. I didn't make my read, so I threw the ball away, took a penalty. I regained some of the yardage on one of the plays out of, I think it was trips HP week, but of course I didn't show that, like I said. But 3rd and 9, this motion bubble is so good that 3rd and 9, I'm willing to run it, and with confidence. Look at all this space. You come out and man, I'm throwing it against zone, but I'm comfortable throwing it on 3rd and 9 against man. I don't think I would throw 3rd and 9 against zone. I could run the trap here if I want to. Oh man, had him chasing those crosses from PAFL stretch and killed him with this drag, bro. See, so the field is getting stretched. Can you see how stretched it is vertically? Can you see how much space my receivers have and how much field he has to cover? He can't cover this field. No matter what adjustments he makes, no matter what user he has, he cannot cover the field. So this is what you got to do to your opponents, fellas. You got to stretch it. If you only making them defend the sidelines, it's not going to be a difficult offense to stop. Not at all. So you make them defend the whole field, and those 11 men start to look like 5. That's why passing it's 20 for 21, because when you stretch the field, you just have so much space. I mean, it's so easy to complete these passes. So I really want you guys to go ahead and learn this. A little bit of the offense. It's only 4 plays right now, for real. I think it's still trap, bubble, FL stretch, and cuff flat corner. Yeah, it's still those 4 plays. Really learn those 4 plays. And like I said, you see how easy it is. I'm not doing any crazy setups. But because of the fact that they have to make these adjustments to the bubble and these adjustments to the trap, that streak and drag is killing them. The crossing routes are killing them. Putting the drag underneath the crossing routes. I mean, simple things. At one point, I do a whip too, and it was actually a really smart idea. But problem is, dude had the hard flat coming from his vert or somebody in the middle of the field. Because it might not have been a vert hook, but somebody in the middle of the field. So it had the whip well covered, and I didn't make the read fast enough. And you'll see it. It happens, I think, on the next possession. I didn't make the read fast enough on the crossing route. So I think I took a sack. Yeah, I took a sack on that play. So this time we keep the halfback lined up so we don't have to get over there and defend them ourselves. We can get down low. And this time I knew that route was coming. That's his route when he goes to this offense. And I tried to bait it. I tried to play like I was going somewhere else and jump over on it. And I just don't have the same speed, agility, and quickness with this guy that I do with Badger. And this guy's a great user. I'm really good with him. But I definitely need to get used to using it. Because I'm not used to using him. I'm too used to Badger. And it makes sense because I think I did I do 3? I think I did my last 3 offenses with the Chiefs. But I mean, YouTube offenses, right? Everybody likes high-powered bombs over the top. Those things are good for YouTube. This is good for football. See? But now, oh, look at this. Look at this. Did you guys know that Randy Moss was back in New England wearing number 86? Because I sure as hell didn't know that. Who this dude catching this? Man, trust me. That one right there. That one right there made me just say, wow. Like, between that and the offensive pass interference, I had to take a deep breath again. We say we gonna exhale. Because again, I have faith in my offense. I have faith in my defense. It's taken me a long time to make my play on defense, but I'm gonna make it. So we just gotta take our time. We gotta play our game and keep doing what we're doing. You'll see, I don't too often get to a place where I start doing stupid stuff. Like, I write stupid stuff and get away from my game plan. I would much sooner concede. If I'm getting to that place, it's time to just come out the game. Excuse me. That's better. So we're gonna take our trap. Like I said, we're gonna stick to the game plan. There's no reason at all to come away from the game plan. Only down a touchdown. We got a whole quarter to play football. Now here's the thing. When you're being pressed like that, those two outside guys pick up their men quickly, and you can get between them. So I was actually trying to do that. The bubble will go right between them. It actually gets good blocking. It looks dangerous, but I've done it a few times. So here's the time where I used the whip. You see? And did you see A? If you didn't see it, rewind and look at A as he crosses the field. I had a window and I missed it. I could run trap right here. Oh, I'm setting up the bubble. Yeah. Or am I motioning into trap? I'm motioning into trap, and guess what? This is one of those times where I should have audibled out of the look after I motioned. And that's another thing that we're going to go over in the next video is when you motion and you get the defense to shift in a way you don't like, audible out. And you can typically get a read on what the defense is in when you do the motion. So you can audible to a play that beats that and then just snap it as soon as the receiver gets back on the other side of the field. That's what I should have done here, right there. Anyway, we go back to the bubble. We pick up 5, 6. We pick up 6. Oh, again, we use a different play that we haven't gone over. This trap is gonna get us right down to the goal line. Oh, right here, tell you what's interesting. Y'all are gonna see my bread and butter goal line pass play, because I'm gonna run a dive first and it's gonna get blown the hell up. But first and goal, I am not gonna pass the ball. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot with the run first. So now what I do is I call the PA, what is it? PAY spot? No, it's not spot. This goal line one with the tight end on the corner route. And I would either put the second tight end on curl or put them on an in route, depending on what the defense looks like. Usually that corner's open, but if the user chases that, I'm gonna, right? You see what I'm gonna do? Oh, PA spot, that's what it's called. Yeah, see, so the user chased the corner, and it's easy money. I just hit the curl, give him an inside pass lead, and you just gotta wait to see what that defender that's going with him is doing. Sometimes you gotta go high. But the inside pass lead was the move right there. Easy completion. Yeah, take them championship banners down. We in the house. 21-0. Dude about to get the ball. Minute and a half left. If there was ever a time for me to play some defense and get up out my head, this is the time. If this dude had a decent run game, I might have been in trouble. Because all he got to do is run the clock and kick a field goal. But I was fortunate. He decided to come out passing the rock. I would too, because I'm a passer, but he's not a good passer. So I decided I'd drop a quick zone on him, because I had been using man every single snap this game. You know, you just do these little things to mess with people. But he had a good play call. It didn't fool him. Or maybe it did, but it didn't make a difference. So he back in that gun split close. You know I'm looking for Demir Bird crossing the field, right? Yeah, I'm definitely looking for it. But he's not going. There he goes. We're going to break it up, though. Number 23. Look like Michael Jordan out there. That's the MVP. All right. So he's still in the gun split close. But we know what his tendencies are with it. We know what he likes to do. And I got him. Undercut this route and take it to the house. Now this is it. You gotta have all phases of the game playing football. It's about time the defense showed up. So we about to close it out. And wisely he stayed in the game, because I mean you're only down a touchdown. You got a whole minute. That's a lot of time to score. He figured maybe he drive down the field and force overtime, or maybe even go for 2 and end it. I wouldn't quit yet. Definitely not. If y'all are down by a touchdown, with a minute left and all your timeouts, yeah, better not quit. Not with any of my offenses. And here's the other thing too. Too many dudes go into this what it called, the safe defenses, the prevent defenses, the cover 3 man and all that. And I use it, but those are Hail Mary defenses, and dudes are using them early. I've had dudes run it on me when it's like 40 seconds and 49 seconds left and all that. You're letting me get down the field in, let's say, 10 seconds. And I'm at your 30-yard line. Now I got 30 seconds left at your 30-yard line. I've only used maybe one timeout, because the truth is I can get out of bounds easily on that dumb defense. Nah. So me, I come out of my 4-6. Unless it's like less than 7 seconds. I'm not playing that safe defense, because that safe defense ain't safe. But anyway, I hit him with another zone, cover 3. It says it's cover 3 match, but I actually put cloud flats out there, and this interception was the one that did it. So hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope it was informative, and y'all make sure y'all hit me up with any questions, man. I got the next update coming very